Hello friends, our Indian government had given two income tax slab. From that two income tax slab, we can choose any one of the income tax slab, and based on that slab, we can pay our income tax for the financial year 2020 to 21. In this video, we will see about that two income tax slab, and also we will see how to calculate your income tax. In that two income tax slab, first income tax slab is which we had followed in the financial year 2019 to 20. That is nothing but old income tax slab. Second income tax slab is which our finance minister had introduced during the 2020 budget. This is nothing but new income tax slab. In this financial year 2020 to 21, if you like to continue with the old income tax slab, you can continue with that. Suppose if you think your income tax will reduce based on the new income tax slab, then you can shift to new income tax slab also. Before getting into the old and new income tax slab, we have to understand what is meant by total income and what is meant by taxable income. What are the things will be added in the total income of an individual means that person how much total salary got in this financial year plus how much rent he received from his house property, that will be added, plus that person if he did any business and if he got any profit from that, then that profit will be added, plus that person if he did any investment in real estate shares and if he got any profit from that, then that profit will be added, plus other source of income will be added. What is mean by other source of income means, for example, family pension, interest amount received from FD account, RD account, senior citizen savings scheme account. Like this, what are the incomes which does not come under first four category? That will be considered as other source of income. For some kind of allowances which you had received from your office, for that you can avail tax exemption. For example, house rent allowance, transport allowance, leave travel allowance, children education allowance. Like this, some of the allowances you can subtract from your total income. Other than that, income from agriculture, next maturity amount from PPF account, sukanya samriddhi yojana account, VRS amount, these things will not be added in your total income itself. This is nothing but tax exemption. Next, under section 80, if you did any savings or medical insurance or education loan or if you did any donations, all these things you can subtract from your total income. That is nothing but tax deduction. Finally, from total income, if you subtract the tax exemption and tax deduction, you will get the taxable income. The amount which you show under tax exemption and tax deduction, for that some limits were fixed by the government. On this tax exemption and tax deduction, I will prepare a video with full details, and that video link I will add in this video description. First, we will see the income tax slab for the normal citizen who were less than the age of 60. First, I will explain the normal citizens' old income tax slab which we had followed in the financial year 2019 to 20. According to the old income tax slab, we have to consider the taxable income for calculating the income tax. Next, according to old income tax slab, if one person's taxable income is 5 lakhs or less than that, then that person no need to pay any tax for the government. Suppose if one person's taxable income is even 1 rupee more than 5 lakhs, then that person has to pay tax for the government. For example, let me assume one normal citizen's taxable income as 4 lakh rupees. Then that person no need to pay any tax for the government. Suppose already from his salary, if the tax was deducted means, then that person can file ITR and he can claim the tax refund which was deducted earlier. This is called as rebate. We will see the tax rate now. If one normal citizen's taxable income is between 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, then in his taxable income, for first 2.5 lakhs, he no need to pay any tax. For next 2.5 lakhs, he has to pay 5% tax. Next, his taxable income, how much it is more than 5 lakhs. For that amount, he has to pay 20% tax. For example, let me assume one normal citizen's taxable income as 8 lakh rupees. Then that person, for first 2.5 lakh rupees, he no need to pay any tax. For next 2.5 lakh rupees, he has to pay 5% tax. For 2.5 lakh rupees, 5% means 12,500 rupees will come. Next, taxable income which is more than 5 lakhs is 3 lakh rupees. For that 3 lakh rupees, 20% tax is applicable. For 3 lakh rupees, 20% means 60,000 rupees will come. So, his total tax will be 72,500 rupees. Next, if one normal citizen's taxable income is more than 10 lakhs, then in his taxable income from 0 to 2.5 lakhs, he no need to pay any tax. From 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakh rupees, he has to pay 5% tax. From 5 lakhs to 10 lakh rupees, he has to pay 20% tax. Next, his taxable income, how much it is more than 10 lakh rupees. For that amount, he has to pay 30% tax. This is the tax rate for the old income tax slab. Next, we will see the new income tax slab for normal citizens, which was introduced during 2020 budget. According to new income tax slab, we has to consider the total income for calculating the income tax. We should not consider the taxable income. In the new income tax slab, tax exemption and tax deductions will not be considered, but government is giving permission to subtract very few tax deduction from total income, especially under section 80 CCD 1B, that is NPS employer contribution. If you are eligible for this tax exemption, then from your total income you can subtract NPS employer contribution amount. Other than this, government is giving very few tax exemptions, but that will not be suitable for most of the Indian citizens. In new income tax slab also, if your total income is less than or equal to 5 lakhs, then you no need to pay any tax for the government. And in new income tax slab also, you are eligible for rebate. For normal citizen, what is the tax rate according to new income tax slab? We will see now. In your total income from 0 to 2.5 lakhs, you no need to pay any tax. From 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs, for this amount 5% tax you have to pay. Next, for the amount falls between 5 lakhs to 7.5 lakhs, 10% tax you have to pay. Next, for the amount falls between 7.5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, 15% tax you have to pay. Next, for the amount falls between 10 lakhs to 12.5 lakhs, 20% tax you have to pay. Next, for the amount falls between 12.5 lakhs to 15 lakhs, 25% tax you have to pay. Next, in total income which is above 15 lakhs, for that amount 30% tax you have to pay. Next, we will see the two income tax slab for senior citizens who comes under the age limit of 60 to 80 years. For senior citizens also, according to old income tax slab, taxable income will be considered for calculating income tax, and according to new income tax slab, total income will be considered for calculating the income tax. Similarly, for senior citizens also, as per old income tax slab, if your taxable income is less than or equal to 5 lakhs, then he no need to pay any tax. And as per new income tax slab, if your total income is less than or equal to 5 lakhs, then he no need to pay any tax. Rebate is also applicable. For senior citizens, what is the tax rate according to old income tax slab? We will see now. In your taxable income from 0 to 3 lakhs, you no need to pay any tax. From 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs, for this amount 5% tax you have to pay. Next, for the amount which falls between 5 lakhs to 10 lakh rupees, for this amount 20% tax you has to pay. Next, in your taxable income, how much amount is above 10 lakhs? For that amount, 30% tax you has to pay. For senior citizens, what is the tax rate according to new income tax slab? We will see now. In your total income from 0 to 3 lakhs, you no need to pay any tax. From 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs, for this amount 5% tax you has to pay. Next, for the amount falls between 5 lakhs to 7.5 lakhs, 10% tax you has to pay. Next, for the amount falls between 7.5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, 15% tax you has to pay. Next, for the amount falls between 10 lakhs to 12.5 lakhs, 20% tax you has to pay. Next, for the amount falls between 12.5 lakhs to 15 lakhs, 25% tax you has to pay. Next, in your total income which is above 15 lakhs, for that amount 30% tax you has to pay. Finally, we will see the two income tax slab for super senior citizen who comes under the age limit of above 80 years. First, we will see the tax rate in old income tax slab. In your taxable income from 0 to 5 lakh rupees, you no need to pay any tax. Above 5 lakhs, same tax rate is followed for senior citizens and super senior citizens also. For super senior citizen, what is the tax rate followed in new income tax slab? We will see now. In total income from 0 to 5 lakh rupees, you no need to pay any tax. Above 5 lakhs, same tax rate is followed for senior citizens and super senior citizens also. As per two income tax slab, you calculate your income tax. Based on that, you decide that whether you want to continue with old income tax slab or you has to get shift to new income tax slab, like that. But here one important thing you has to note down is, if you are shifting to new income tax slab, then in your lifetime only one time only you can return back to old income tax slab. So you should be very careful if you are selecting the new income tax slab. Which income tax slab will be the best one, we will see now. If one person avail tax exemptions like house rent allowance, leave travel allowance, transport allowance, children education allowance, and if that person did savings of 1.5 lakhs under section 80C, and if that person pay interest for house loan, and if that person did investment under NPS, then for that person old income tax slab will be the best slab. Suppose if any person does not avail many tax exemptions and tax deductions, then for that person new income tax slab will be the best slab. Finally, on your calculated income tax amount, 4% health and education cess will be applicable. For example, if your tax amount is rupees 100 means, then you has to pay 4 rupees health and education cess. That is, your total tax amount will be 104 rupees. Thank you friends.